Hello, sisters. I've been married for 2 years. I love my husband very much, and vice versa. During our courting years, we agreed that we'll have 2 children. By his grace, I'm 3 months pregnant, but there's a huge problem. Something I still find unbelievable, to be honest, till date. We went for an ultrasound a few days ago, and we discovered that I was carrying twins. Can you believe that my husband says that his tribe does not accept twins, so I should terminate the pregnancy? What utter nonsense. In this day and age, I just can't believe it till date. We've had a huge argument about this, and we barely speak to each other right now. His mother confirmed what her son said. She says I will give birth again, so I should just terminate the pregnancy. I have vowed never to commit abortion in my life. He says it's either I choose the marriage or the babies. He also says he won't accept them as if I go ahead and keep it. I'm really surprised at the turn of events. I mean, aren't children supposed to be blessings from God? What should I do, sisters? Yeah, Olivia's shaking her head. Let me come straight to you, Olivia, since, you look like you have something to say.
Yeah, I'm upset because I'm a twin. And I'm imagining myself in that woman's tummy and this guy being sick in the head. Well, I don't know. Let me not bend too much, but I'm appalled by what I'm saying. I'm hearing. It's 21st century, for crying out loud. Who does that? And he's pressurizing you into aborting this baby. Sweetheart, listen, He's giving you an ultimatum, right? Either him, the marriage, or the children. For me, my little advice to you will be, I don't think that's the marriage you should be in. And it also sets me thinking, I'm asking myself questions like, how was it like when you guys were going out in terms of even finding out a bit more about him, his family, what they like, what they don't like, what their beliefs are, like a bit of a background check. I'm wondering whether you did any kind of background check. Like how they say, so like, just before you get into a full-time marriage, just before you get into marriage, at least find out this family, how are they like? How they often say you do a bit of background check, find out what kind of diseases, how is it like when, do they have like people who are sort of mentally retarded, like, people do all sorts of background checks on various families, before they actually tie the knot, just before the engagement happens, at least find out what kind of family you're getting yourself into. So, that makes me wonder whether that was done. But anyway, that's just, by the by. I mean, it's a little bit too late to be asking these questions back because, sweetheart, I think you should divorce this guy. I don't think you should be in this kind of a marriage. My mind, again, has gone back to the fact that I actually had a doctor friend, and most of the time we tend to chat. And he had a friend who, the first time his wife got pregnant, it was triplets. And the second time, they have twins. So, sorry, but assuming that, you decided to stay in this marriage, and the first set of twins, you choose to be in the marriage, and the first set of twins, you sort of abort, you abort these twins. What's going to happen if you're the one, like you're that kind of person who keeps having twins, triplets? Is he going to constantly ask you to abort it? Until when? Okay, he's not thinking about your life. He's not thinking about the sanity. He's not thinking about how all of it is going to affect you as a human being. I don't think that that's the marriage you should be in. And it's annoying to also find out that his mom, clearly, an apple doesn't fall too far away from the tree. I mean, that's what they believe. So I don't expect his mom to say anything else besides that, because that's what they believe in. So, sweetheart, you know what? Children are a blessing, like you clearly said. Don't abort. Look, me, I'm a twin. Look at me today. I'm all over the place, like, hey, enjoying my life, making the best of what I can. So, sweetheart, you're a blessing. You don't know how amazing these children are going to be in the near future. Please don't abort them. I know it's going to be hard. I don't know why this test has come into your way, or I don't know why this terrible thing of this sort has come your way, but please don't give up. Leave the guy. He's not worth it. It's going to be a lot of struggle. It's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to be tough. But please, you never know who these kids are going to be. Please don't abort. And take it one day at a time. But I know it's hard, but just try and move on. I don't think it's a marriage you should be in a nutshell.
Right. Rosina, let me come straight to you. I mean, Olivia's a twin, so this obviously hits very close to home.
Yeah,
but what do you think?
It's close to home. I would say that I agree largely with Olivia. People who tend to have multiple beds, I mean, you realize that once you have twins, most likely the probability of having twins the next time is somewhat pretty high, as opposed to someone who's just having singles. So the problem is that even if you do away with this twin pregnancy, you can't guarantee that the next pregnancy is going to be a single pregnancy. And as a woman, you can't take your body through that torture just because the man says they are believed. Believe on what? Based on what? Based on what facts? And that's my problem I have with some beliefs. Because some beliefs they've just been handed down from generation to generation without no real facts, without no real proof. Thirdly, when in the olden days when they didn't have ultrasound, so what if she had just gone full term and then the babies came out, one came out and then one followed? Then what would have happened? Would they have killed the child? So on what basis was that belief made? Is it because when they have children, they kill one and leave one? Like, what is it? What's the whole process? All I'm saying is that, look, it's good to love. It's good to compromise in a relationship, especially in a marriage, because you want the marriage to work. But there are certain boundaries that are way beyond compromise. Because this goes against you, this goes against your body, and this goes against the unborn children that you're carrying. So my take is that, my dear, I'm not going to say stay in the marriage or don't stay in the marriage, but put your foot down and do not abort those children if you really want them. And if you try to convince them and they can't get convinced, advise yourself. But by all means, when the children are born, don't stay in the house. They can poison one and leave one. You never know what they can do. Especially if the mother is backing that belief, it may be a strong family belief that you may not know. So the ideal situation is probably to leave the house or to leave the marriage. But I don't want to be here saying that, leave the marriage, leave the marriage. But by all means, personally, don't do. People are dying for children. People are paying loads of money for children. People are even dying harder for twins. My dear, look sharp. That's all I'll say.
Let me bring it in studio. Gail.
I agree with her sentiment. She said utter nonsense, and that is what exactly I just believe in. And what I see is that she's, should I say, outnumbered. Because, I mean, it's supposed to be two people in the marriage, and here the mom is also, she has a say, and so obviously she's alone, and nobody's listening to her. And they're not taking into consideration her, maybe, her psychological, state of mind.
Impact, yeah.
Yeah, because already when you have, they're not, I mean, I'm surprised the mom is even supporting him, because he's not a woman. So you don't know what the psyche of a woman is, especially when you get pregnant. You don't know what has gone through her mind, maybe to want to be a mother and all of that. And then suddenly you want to just take that away from her. I think that's very selfish. I think she's with a man who doesn't listen to her, who doesn't take anything she says into consideration. And a marriage or a relationship is supposed to be amongst two people who at least have to listen to each other and meet each other halfway. But in this case, she's been given an ultimatum. It's like, hey, I mean, it's like you get rid of them or what. So it's like, I mean, there's nothing about thinking about it or anything. She should just get out, keep her babies, because obviously she wants to keep them, because it's her body at the end of the day.
Right.
And you see, people take this married thing so serious to the point that just because they are together, it means everything has to just, go, through a certain programming or conditioning without having to think whether it benefits,
individual.
Yeah, so, and if they act as if when you are married, you are tied at a hip or something. No, people are still individuals, so people should be able to be allowed to breathe in a relationship. So if if I'm with someone who doesn't care about how I feel, doesn't care about, my opinion, why am I with him? You don't have a marriage. So for me, no long thing, as Olivia was saying, no long talk. She should just carry herself and everything and just focus on the baby. She should have the babies. Because you can't play God and say, we'll take it out. And as the others said, what if you are pregnant again with a pair of twins? Will you kill them as well? To abort them, and they've told you they don't want it. If they don't want it, what will you do?
Yeah.
You're an individual, you're an adult.
Yeah.
So, and it's your body as well. It's up to you.
I mean, it seems like she's stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I can imagine how heartbreaking it will be for her, to be in such a relationship thinking that the father who's supposed to protect these unborn children is the one who's pushing for their demise, so to speak. I can imagine. Yeah. And for me, it's definitely not a place you want to be, I agree. Yeah. I can't remember who said it, but I agree when my sister said that you need to move out of the house. Maybe not necessarily leave the marriage, but move out, because you never know.
Yes.
They might, if you carry the babies to term.
I'm even scared of them.
Yeah, they may do something. And I'm curious to know which tribe does not.
This day and age.
I'm sorry, I don't know if it's just me. Have any of you ladies heard?
No, I don't. I haven't. No, maybe way back, maybe somewhere, but not this day and age.
Rosina, Olivia, any of you heard of some tribe in Ghana doesn't accept everything?
To me.
Nope. Exactly. Like I'm in total shock.
Yeah.
I think it might be just a family thing. Probably some past experience with twins, or
and
they've told them that, hey, your something was a twin, so if you have a twin, your family will be quite. I mean, listen, dear lady, it's hard, but this is not a place you want to have your kids. And you've already said you don't want an abortion, and I agree with you. Go through with it and look after those kids if you can. Okay, we wish you the best of luck. We know it's not easy, but we wish you the best of luck. A couple of messages coming through for you, and Beatrice says, we're still in the 21st century, or we gone back without me knowing. My sister, leave for your own safety and the angel and the little angels as well. Benny says, if you go ahead and abort the pregnancy, I can assure you your next pregnancy will be triplets. Just take your double blessing, take care of them, even if it means doing that alone. Nunana says, please don't abort it. Is your husband a Christian or a churchgoer? Children are blessings from God. Some are taking medicine just for a kid, and you're blessed with 2 at a go. Sister, please keep it. May be difficult, but it will definitely be worth it. Adwa says, I'm sad because I'm a twin, and I never knew I'm a taboo to a particular tribe. We didn't choose to be twins. Please keep my siblings. Thomas says, which tribe is that? Where are they coming from? Are they Ghanaians? I haven't heard this thing in Ghana before. What? Madam, keep the pregnancy. After birth, I will come and marry you. Don't worry. Matilda says, I'll suggest you keep the pregnancy. You can arrange with a midwife so you can present one of the children to his family and keep the other child with your mum if she's alive. Make sure to take care of that child as well. To terminate the children will be an abomination. Pokua says, my dear, hope you know we wouldn't take husbands to heaven. Good. If you know that, please, I'm begging you, don't wait for him to divorce you. In fact, you divorce him. Elikim says, you should have discussed all these before you said I do, but it's never too late. Yeah. You're married to a cruel man and into a backward-thinking family. What if you don't bear any more kids after the abortion? Please keep your babies. Let them suit themselves. And finally, Kelvin says, tradition is tradition, madam. Just do as he says, please. I have seen something like this before. The woman kept the babies and did not survive the process of childbirth. Sometimes we need to respect tradition. Well, you know what they say, opinions are like noses. Everybody has. Thank you so much for watching Sister Sister on your favorite City TV. Now, don't forget, if you want some more exciting content, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. We call it the City Tube. And don't forget to click on the bell to receive notifications for fresh updates.
Sister Sister, every Friday at 9 p.m. only on City TV.